morning and welcome everybody to our today's podcast. We are talking today about autonomous driving and how this technology is shaping the future of the industry. It's a very interesting topic, and for the audience following us since a while will recognize that today we have a novelty. We have two gentlemen joining our today's podcast. I'm warmly welcoming here Frédéric Mirmand and Marco Maspoli. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Max. Hello, Max.
Good morning. Before jumping into this very interesting topic, I'd like you two to quickly introduce yourself to the audience. Would you like to start, Fred?
Yes, sure. Hello, everybody. So I've joined Sonceboz in 2016. I have occupied different positions in the commercial vehicle division and the automotive division. I have an engineering background, and I am today the head of the strategic business development team for the automotive division. And with my team, we identify new customer challenges and we bring new mechatronic solutions to address the future megatrends of the market and the applications.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Marco, would you like to continue?
Sure. I also have an engineering background, actually in aerospace, and I joined Sonceboz in 2020, so quite a bit more recently. Since starting in the company, I've been working as a sales application manager, which means I take care of specific customers and specific applications of our company, starting with traditional internal combustion engine applications, turbocharging and engine management, and now transitioning more and more together with Frédéric to new mega trends of the industry like the autonomous driving.
Very good, thank you. So it was a buzzword already, autonomous driving, and I think you all agree that we can say it's a mega trend, yes, one of the mega trends. And the first question to Marco, how do you see the mega trends of the automotive industry, and what is a software-defined vehicle in particular, because that is might be part of the autonomous driving?
Indeed, Max, it is. I mean, there's many buzzwords and many megatrends that our audience has maybe heard of in the news, from electrification to connected vehicles, shared mobility, and one of them is, of course, autonomous driving, which is a large and a very extensive topic. Car drivers today can already experience a certain level of autonomous driving. Many vehicles come with functions like ACC, the cruise control, the adaptive cruise control, come with the lane keeping assistance, come with traffic signs recognition. All of these functions, to a degree or another, are part of autonomous driving. Mm-hmm. But today what we want to really focus on is highly automated driving. Highly automated driving means the kind of autonomous driving where the human intervention is very limited, and that is known in the industry as level 4 and one day maybe level 5 automated driving, where the driver really has the possibility to let the car drive by itself.
And with that comes then the trend toward the software-defined vehicle, which is basically bringing the Internet of Things to the automotive industry. Here, what you want is to be able to customize and personalize the experience with your car, as you may with your phone, and to also custom the way you use the vehicle. And for the brands, it's also important for them to still maintain their DNA, but to offer differentiation against the competition.
So it will be a digital tool, let's say a car will be a digital toy.
Many people are saying that the car is becoming the phone with 4 wheels. Huh? I mean, might be less wheels even, but it's really the trend we are following right now. And it has a deep impact for the vehicle, because to have a software-defined vehicle, you will go to a centralized architecture for the vehicle, where basically a master computer will master all the function on the vehicle. And for the chassis, it also means that we will go toward a new trend, which is the vehicle motion control, where basically the system will take the control over the 6 degrees of freedom of the vehicle and all the vehicle dynamics. It will bring in the same, let's say, domain, the powertrain, the suspension, the braking and the steering, and they will have to collaborate those systems. This will come with the adoption of the X-by-wire. X-by-wire means that you break or you cut any mechanical or hydraulic link between the command and the actuation. So here you will use mechatronic actuators instead of traditional mechanical hydraulic aggregates.
Okay, understand. So Marco, you already mentioned at the beginning that there is a highly automated driving where the driver does not or just very limited need to take over control of the car. So I can imagine if I have more time to look around, to read a book or to play, then I would also like to take advantage of the software in the vehicle. So coming to the next question, what is the customer? What's the customer advantage? Customers in that way means, of course, our customers, the OEMs, the car manufacturers, but also the end consumer, which is driving the car.
Sure, this is a very good point that you're bringing up, and it's good that we imagine how we can separate advantages between the customers of Sonceboz and the final customer really using the vehicle. If we look at OEMs, well, basically they can profit from a lot of synergies between platforms. Think about left-hand and right-hand driving. Normally you have a deep versioning of the vehicle for those markets. Now with X-by-Y you can make that much easier and much simpler to manufacture and to bring into production. You can have synergies between platforms with the same components sharing the same size and just customized to a specific new vehicle architecture. Of course, you can imagine to have a deep concept of the assembly line of the vehicle, changing how vehicles are built since many decades now into a new way, cheaper and simpler again. On the other hand, if you look at the final customer, what the driver can really experience on the vehicle, there's a lot of different advantages here that we can present. On the one hand, more linked to, again, the vehicle architecture. Components for X-by-wire are more compact, do not have mechanical links, and hence they have less constraints and less limitations on how they are placed on the vehicle, which means more place for passengers, more place for cargo if we look at commercial vehicles, for example, and a higher degree of flexibility in how the cabin is arranged, making it possible to rearrange seat configurations or to place different commands in places which are normally not possible with mechanical controls. You will have a higher degree of intervention of the vehicle motion control that Frédéric introduced earlier in how the vehicle is driven, which means that functions will be possible to better control the vehicle, thinking about motion sickness, for example, or maybe reaction time, which will be much faster than any human driver could think of. And then finally, you will have the possibility to introduce functions which are not possible at all with mechanical controls. Think about steering wheel variable steering ratio in a much easier way than what's done mechanically.
Here we talk about steering and braking, which are also covering safety functions of the vehicle. I can imagine that it is linked to a lot of technical challenges and also high level of reliability of the system and robustness of the system. What I really like is that braking and steering, that sounds like something is moving, and if something is moving, it is likely to be interesting for Sonceboz, as we are delivering mechatronic systems. So can you, Frédéric, maybe tell us something about the values which Sonceboz could deliver and the competences we can provide to our customers?
Yes, sure. I think we have to realize that all those trends that we discussed about are coming with a huge paradigm shift in the supply chain, in the way the OEM, the car manufacturer, will work with their sub-suppliers, being tier 1, tier 2, and so on. There will be a higher integration of complex systems between their environment, the car manufacturer vehicle, and what we can provide as a mechatronic expert. The interfaces will be mechanical, but also at software level, which for sure pose the question of the safety and the cyber security. At Sonceboz, we are mechatronic experts. So it means that we develop mechanics, motors, transmissions, the electronics, meaning logic electronic, power electronics, sensors, but also the interface and how these mechanics and these electronics will act together. And that's really where we leverage our experience and our competencies. Our approach is to offer a white box system, meaning that we want to develop mechatronic, we want to abstract the mechatronic to a certain extent so that the system supplier, they can then interface their applicative layer on top of what we are providing to them to the benefit of best-in-class system in the end. Having said that, it is important that we have the right interface with those system suppliers to support the safety and the cybersecurity, which are of the essence for such applications.
That is a good remark which you made. I think people following us since a while recognize that we already have products in production which are compliant to safety standards, ASIL 26262 for example, but also cybersecurity regulation. That is something we already have competence in-house as we are developing the software and also manufacturing the electronics ourselves. So that's understood. That's a clear value that we can take advantage.
Imagine that when you have a X-by-wire system, there is no more human interaction with the dynamic of the vehicle. So it's really important that the system will behave as you expect when you want to pass, when the driver wants to pass one information to the vehicle, or when the central computing system want to act on the vehicle dynamics.
And then we talk about redundancies in the system, we talk about fit rates of electronic components. So for the people listening to us today, not experts in cyber and safety, we can say that there needs to be a certain redundancy to make sure that if a system fails, we anticipated the failure and we make sure that the system is still working.
The driver is no more there to make the redundancy.
Now, in which areas Sonceboz is active in when it comes to X-by-wire? You mentioned X-by-wire, so you may also explain a bit what is our playground within Sonceboz in that field of application.
Concretely speaking, we are talking about suspension actuators. We are looking a lot into suspensions, which is one of the main components of the chassis control. We are talking a lot about steering actuators. Handwheel actuators in particular is our focus because it nicely combines again the control, the mechatronics, the brushless motors that we do with the haptics that we want to transfer to the driver of the vehicle. And finally, we are talking a lot about braking actuations. In this area, we are developing our actuators, our smart actuators and safe actuators. And we've been awarded recently a major project with one of the top manufacturers active in the smart vehicle development.
Very interesting. Very interesting. It was great exchanging with you about the future of automotive industry and in particular of vehicles architecture, of X-by-wire and software-defined vehicle. I hope the audience is curious and contacting you. Thanks for the exchange again, Frédéric and Marco, and see you next time.
Thanks, Max. Thank you, and thanks to the audience.